Hey guys, it's Billy and welcome back to Spill Sesh. You guys, we need to talk about Trisha Paytas being so angry over the fact that Shane Dawson is still not on the internet. When I say angry, I mean angry, like pissed. This girl is so mad that Shane is not on the internet, that he was canceled and all of this stuff. Even though, you know, I don't believe in cancel culture, I really think it was accountability culture. I think people were just really shocked to see this old content still on his channel, questioning why this stuff was still on the channel, questioning the content, questioning how this was funny at one point in time, being really concerned. And not only that, it wasn't just the content on his channel that made people upset. This all started because he admitted to knowing about Bye Sister with Tati and having a hand in the whole James Charles takedown. That's truly what had people turning their eyes a different way towards Shane and being like, wait a minute, this whole thing doesn't seem right. Everything felt calculated about Dramageddon, and you know, for a really long time, Tati and Jeffree were taking such a hit in terms of taking down James Charles, and Shane never saw any of that because people didn't know that he was involved in that. So when they found out that he was, they were like, wait, we need to hold you accountable for this. This is shocking, this is crazy, and we didn't expect it from Shane. And you know, he came out with that 4-page essay that didn't help his case at all, because it seemed like he was still saying that what happened to James Charles was deserved and all of this stuff. And then that's when people started going into his past and finding those videos still on his channel, and then it caused a whole other storm of people being like, why is this still up? This video against Willow is disgusting, all of this stuff. So, you know, I don't think that's something that Trisha even realizes in her video that she made titled "The Internet Sucks Without Shane Dawson, Big Rant." It's a 21-minute video, and she goes in on the situation, and she says things like, you know, Shane hasn't made those jokes since she's known him, since 2014, and yeah, he said some gross stuff, but whatever. There's so many gross jokes on shows like Family Guy, and nobody ever holds those writers accountable for their show. And she just felt like the entire situation was just so unwarranted, and that Shane is the face of YouTube. He's the most talented person on earth, and he's so nice and so empathetic. And, you know, she just doesn't understand why Shane has gotten all this hate over jokes. And I just gotta remind you that it isn't just the jokes. It was truly a whole bunch of stuff put together that people were upset about. People were also upset that he was friends with Trisha because of Trisha's past and the things that she said and that she continues to say about people. She's all over the place in terms of, you know, contradicting herself, and she does that multiple times in this video, but she felt like the hate campaign against Shane was unwarranted, disgusting, and vile. That's literally what she said. And she was getting emotional. She was saying she was trying not to get emotional about it, but she was, because he's the greatest person, you know, in the world, the greatest human. And I just, you know, I get she's biased because she's a friend of his and she knows this whole other side of him, but truly, I think a lot of people loved Shane for so long. Everybody knows he was so beloved last year. I mean, his launch with Jeffree was massive. The amount of hype that was around the palette and the amount that they sold was crazy because people loved Shane, but they didn't know that he had this side of him that could be taking down James Charles. And I think that's what made people think, wait, I don't really know who you actually are. Who are you? And you're hanging out with people like Jeffree and Trisha who continue to hurt people and say really terrible things. And I think there was just this level of misunderstanding of, you know, how Shane is on camera and off camera, and people started not to trust who he really is. And honestly, I don't even know who he really is, because I don't know. It's at this point I'm confused, and this whole thing, it's, you know, it sucks because he was so beloved on the internet, and it's just disappointing. It's disappointing to see what came of all this, that he had a part in the James Charles takedown, that he posted content like that before, and Trisha even specifically calls out Jada Pinkett Smith. And this part had me like, girl, you don't even know what you're talking about. You really shouldn't be saying things like this. And she says, like, really, Jada? Like, how about worry about your daughter, you know, being 13, posing with Moises Arias on the internet and bed together? And she's like, how about you worry about your husband hooking up with my male dancers when they didn't want to? And I'm like, what? Trisha, like, she was mad because Shane Dawson was pretending to do something so disgusting to a photo of her young daughter, and you're gonna make this like, why is she upset? Like, it's really disturbing to me. if I had seen a video like that of a child that I had, I would also be disgusted. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. That's just so creepy and weird to think, like, of this older dude looking at a photo of, like, my child and just pretending to do something to it. And, ugh, gross. So the fact that Trisha's trying to call it out, like she had nothing to say, like she shouldn't be talking about it, and then to bring up Will and like hooking up with her family members, I'm like, Trisha, what are you doing? This is unnecessary. What? But also, what is this a thing? Like, that's concerning. So this whole thing is crazy, and she's like, you know, F the internet, and she can't wait for him to come back. And I'm like, wait, hold up, is Shane coming back? And she said he might not come back to YouTube, but he's going to have a creative comeback. And, you know, she's saying like his fans are going to see this comeback and be like, oh my God, we love Shane. And she's going to be so annoyed by it. But I don't know how his fans feel. I mean, honestly, I know it's like weird to say, but Shane doesn't really make a lot of content throughout the year. He makes like one video, it takes a really long break, and then we get another video. So I feel like right now it hasn't hit me that Shane is not on the internet, because I feel like he's just still on this break and it's just kind of normal now because he doesn't post every single day, he doesn't post every month. There's always these large gaps of time where he doesn't post. So I don't know, maybe he is going to come back. I don't know what he would do if he didn't come back to YouTube. I know that he got demonetized. I know some people are saying that, you know, the Shane Dawson channel was actually remonetized. So I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he has plans to do some sort of documentary, maybe not release it on YouTube, but release it somewhere else. You know, there was rumors that he was filming a documentary of himself to redeem his image. I don't know if that's actually happening. Would you guys be interested in seeing that? It's certainly crazy to, you know, find out what's been going on behind the scenes. I know that Morgan and Rylan, we talked about them coming back after this entire drama kind of settled down a little bit, but then they immediately went back into not making content anymore. So it really makes me wonder what's going on behind the scenes, if there is actually a documentary going on. And if I had to predict, you guys, if there was a documentary that was going to come out, I know nothing. There is nothing to back this up. I just feel like maybe it would be in November, because last year the series was in November. Maybe it'll be in November, but do not like think that is like a fact. That's just me coming up with some thoughts. Now, Trisha also goes on to be like, if we're gonna cancel someone, cancel Logan Paul, who pushed his dog off a boat. And I'm like, Trisha, we talked about this in a Sunday special. Logan Paul vlogged and his dog like jumped off the boat and his hand was like behind his dog when the dog jumped off the boat, and a lot of people thought that he pushed his dog, and he made a statement that he did not. And I watched the footage a couple times. I don't think that he actually pushed his dog, but Trisha's out here like, we should cancel him for that, and saying that she wasn't going to cancel him for the forest, but pushing his dog off a boat really does it for her. And I was like, Trisha, what are you saying? This is crazy right now. And that she herself refuses to be canceled, she refuses to go away, and that she knows she's made content and commented on things for attention, and she's spread really bad things on her channel and using her platform in not a great way. But she feels like some people don't deserve to be canceled and some people do deserve to be canceled, like David Dobrik. And I was like, of course, Trisha, we're taking another opportunity to talk about David Dobrik and Jason Nash. If this was any other person, I would be like, let me hear him out. But Trisha is only talking about them because she genuinely doesn't like them because of her relationship with Jason. And, you know, it really sucks. Jason chose his friends over being with Trisha, but I can't believe we're still having this conversation. We're still hearing Trisha talk about Jason and David. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm willing to hear people out. I've made several videos about things that are, you know, in David's past, in the Vlog Squad's past, and the people in the Vlog Squad, people that have made apologies. But hearing Trisha talk about it, I'm like, oh my gosh. When you're saying things like Peter Mon is a terrible person making 60 videos about Shane, but then Trisha is out here making like 60 videos about Jason and David and the entire Vlog Squad, I'm like, I don't know if you really have the right to talk. Now, I don't really watch Peter Mon all that much, but a lot of people in her comments are really mad at her because she truly like attacked him in this video. Like, she went in on him and she was so rude and so mean. And she's out here saying, you know, you can't cancel people and you can't be mean to other people, but then she like just does it to everyone but Shane in this video. And I'm just like, Trisha, what are you saying? You're saying people can't be mean to each other, but then you're gonna go and be mean right back. You can't cancel anybody, you can't cancel Shane, but you're like, let's cancel Logan Paul. Like, this whole thing is a mess. I really want to know what you guys think about the situation. Did you guys watch her video? It was a roller coaster ride, but let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.